Okay, welcome back to Rob's Garage Woodworking. Today I am about to take out the factory stereo in my 2002 Honda CRV. This will help you to understand how to take the stereos out of Hondas specifically. They're a little bit different by model, but it'll give you kind of an idea what you have to do. And for the CRV, it's pretty straightforward. Alright, so first step is on this particular model, we want to look at the stereo, what's around the stereo. So this has got this plastic piece, and it goes all the way around the stereo. Now underneath it has two screws, two Phillips screws. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those out. There's one. There's the other. Okay. Look around, make sure that there's nothing else that appears to be holding onto it. So I'm going to grasp it kind of firmly. I'm going to give it a little pull. See how it freed up over there. That seam goes all the way around here, so I'm going to have to also pull from the top. Pull it straight back. Okay, now there's a coupler in here. The coupler's got a little release tab on it. So reach in, push the release tab to the side, work it free. So here's the release tab. What you have to do is you have to push it, and that allows the coupler to come out. And that's it. That's step one. So you take this off. Secondly, there's four screws holding the radio in. So we're going to take the four screws out. It helps if you have a magnetic screwdriver so you don't lose your screws. Or you can get these cool little like telescoping magnets, and you use those to pick up screws and things just in case you drop them. They're really handy and they're only a few dollars. Okay, there's the four screws there. That should come out relatively easily. Okay. Now in the back there'll be some more couplers. Oh, just one. So push down on the release tab again. Sometimes the release tabs are difficult. And then the antenna, you just pull on it and that'll come out. So one coupler, that's awesome. So there you go. Factory stereo is out. So it has these brackets on the side. You're going to have to mount those brackets probably to your new stereo. So I'll get out my new stereo, see what we have to do. Alright, before we go any further here, this one, the new one, comes with like a slide out adapter, which I'm not going to use. The factory one has this bracket, and what I've got here is the aftermarket stereo has got a bunch of little screw holes here, and the bracket itself has a bunch of little adapter points. So what I'm going to try to do is line it up so that it fits almost identically with the same amount of space here and the same amount of space at the top and bottom. Line up as close as I can. I'm going to do a dry fit to see if it fits in the dash, and then go from there. So we'll start by taking this apart. I'm just going to do one side at a time, and that way, if it's not quite what I want, then I'm not stuck with it. Oh, that one's in there good. So is that one. Ooh. Okay. Time for the socket set for these guys. Let's take this out. Looks pretty good. Try this and see. Alright, so we're going to try to fit it in here. Oops. So just tuck the wire harnesses back inside, don't worry about them. Slide this in. Put that wire back in there first. Slide that in. Basically, that's the way the factory stereo was sitting. Now, it came with a couple of these bezels I guess you'd call them. Came with two different ones. I'm not sure what's what, but they fit over top. So this one gives you a little bit more space, and it just kind of snaps in. And then this one. Alright, another step here is to get a wiring harness adapter. Now, these adapters here, what it does is it plugs in to your car, and that way you don't have to cut this harness and solder everything right here. So this adapter plugs into that. And this one is the harness for your radio, so that plugs into the back of the radio. And then what you'll do is you'll solder these two together. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, but that's what you got to do. So the adapter comes with a sheet that tells you what colors get soldered to what, and then this one also comes with some labels. Not everything is labeled, but just the specialty things. Alright, like antenna control, mute, I don't know, that must be for if you have steering wheel controls. Alright, anyway, so we just plug these two in, and then we'll come back, we'll plug the radio in, plug that in, plug the microphone in, the antenna, and then this is for your hazards. Alright, so time for soldering. Alright, one of the benefits of buying one of these is that they color match. Alright, so this is already taken care of from the manufacturer's end. Plug that right in, and it's got all the wires color matched to the wires that go to your stereo. So basically, all you do is match them up. So you can solder them and tape them, or use like Marrettes or whatever, but I've got some butt connectors, as funny as that sounds, and they're crimp terminals basically. So what you do is you put both ends of the wire in, then you crimp both pieces. Let's go a little closer here. Certified butt connectors. Isn't that funny? Anyway, they're like that, and you put the two wires in, you crimp, and that makes your connection. So, what we're going to do, strip all the wires, which I've done. I've gone ahead and stripped them all. Then I've got my crimp tool, alright, and so I'm going to start with one wire at a time. Let's go with the dark green. Look for the corresponding dark green. Where is the corresponding dark green? Oh, I have a dark green. Alright, let's go with the colors that we got. We'll work our way backwards. So, I have the ground wire. Quite large.
Alright, I've arrived. Fucking hot this house.
Yeah.
I decided to close the back door and turn the air conditioning back on.
Wait, hold on, I'm still...
Right.
Okay, so, start the color match. Try to make it nice and neat. So you're going to put the two of them together. Feed the one side in. I have to twist it a little bit. Feed the one side in. You can crimp that side right away if you like. Put the other one in. Twist that one up. Make sure it's in all the way. Take the crimper out. There you go. Should be a good solid contact. Alright. Give it a small pull check. Make sure everything's in there tight. And then work your way through until you're finished all the wiring harness. Alright. The moment of truth. I've got my wiring harness all done. I have some extra wires here and some extra wires here. I shouldn't need them, but we're going to test this to make sure everything works first before we do anything else. So, plug in the coupler all the way until it clicks. Alright, and then we have, this is a huge long wire for the mic for phone. I'm just gonna skip that for now. Plug in the other ends to the radio. There we go. Plug in the antenna, which is here. Set it into place for now. I'm not going to worry about how it sits or anything. Auxiliary standby tuner. Alright, anyway, so what we've done is we've plugged it in, tested it, put the 4 bolts back in. Okay. Made sure the antenna's plugged in, the wiring harnesses are plugged in, they're set fully. They made a clicking noise when you clip them together. And we said they're hazards, plug that back in. These things right here, they have these little metal clips. Make sure that all these plastic parts that have metal clips on them. Alright? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that style on this. So what you do is you just slowly put it back, straight in, and then push. And then it's set. Now there's the 2 screws that you have to put back in. I have to get a bezel for this because there's a gap. So I'm going to see if I can get one that fits properly. And then I'm going to have to read the darn manual because this is complicated and hard to use. So that'll be fun. And that's it. So thanks for watching.